Hello everyone and welcome to the Michigan International Speedway for 50 laps in the GMC Sierra 250. We have just 4 races left to crown a champion. Roger Ray on pole has not had the best chase run, but he's slowly clawing back, just 29 points behind his boss, Peter Onjak. Ray does sit 7th in the point standings, however. Alex Peters rolling off 3rd is 2nd in points, 10 points behind the points leader, Peter Onjak. Peters is looking to run well today. He's great at the 2-mile ovals. He's won Auto Club 2 years in a row. Michigan, the most similar track to Auto Club on the schedule. We'll see if he can manage the draft to get up there. But we got a lot of drivers, 40 cars here. We had 43 qualify for the event, 3 went home. 10 chasers, 30 other drivers just looking to take home a victory. You got guys like Gatlin Downey, Zachary DeLello, Antoine Smith, Matthew Brown, all inside this top 10 looking for wins. But you also got a few other drivers not in their normal cars for the weekend. Diego Yepes back in the 17 truck right there for SBR. He rolls off in 12th. Eric Monaco, great run in 14th, but it is Larry Hagan in the 12 truck this weekend. He rolls off in the 13th spot. Patrick Smith also in the 94. A bad, fast rookie there in that 94 truck. Kev Shear with a good qualifying performance. TSR not having great qualifying. They start 19th and 20th here with Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright. And Eli, for the 3rd week this season in the chase, for the 3rd week, he is the last of the chase contenders in qualifying. He rolls off 20th in the Molson Canadian number 8. Alex Bediaco, your Darlington winner, rolls off 23rd. His teammate Irving Allison 26th. It looks like the Toyota drivers for SBR are going to have to drive on through. You also got BGM's Maxwell Fay and the 71 of Luke Rainey for TRD back there as well. Cody Goforth, NBM really struggling on sponsorship. Not sure what the issue is there with SiriusXM, but they have not been on the truck or the car last few weeks. And there's your only hometown guy here, Jeffrey Finguy, a Michigan native. The other Michigan native, Logan Cloud, failed to qualify this event for Burger King Racing. Joseph Strigley back in the 63 for once. Cordell Smith in the 6th. Great shout out to Luke Evans, who qualified the Silver Wolf Racing truck in the show. Alex Fletcher and Nikki Morris rounding out your field. We're ready to go racing here at the GMC Sierra 250. 50 laps at Michigan await us here at the 2-mile oval. Let's go ahead down trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
With that, the engines are fired. We're ready to roll off here at the GMC Sierra 250 for these 50 laps. Sure to be exciting here in Michigan. Michigan, a very great place to be. Has always put on a good show, and really, there's one driver that you got to be watching in this field because he is the king of the 2-milers and especially the king of Michigan. That is Diego Yepes in the 17 truck. He is here with the SBR team. It's a pretty decent truck. You saw him drive it into the top 10 and really into the top 5 at Darlington last week. But Diego's got, I believe, 2 wins here. And I know for sure one of them came, you remember that race, the leader pit, I think it was Blake Maurice pit, and right as he pit, caution came out, Yepes went on to win the race. So Diego is a strong 2-mile oval driver. He's strong at the tracks that are fast. We'll see if he can move his way up from 12th to the possible race lead. Got a good few strong trucks in the back, being Jay Jefferson, Eli Bright. You also got Goforth, Logan Bradley, Irving Allison, Alex Bediaco, even Jesse Turner. You could give him a shout out with some speed there, and Stephen Wallace Jr. They could be driving through the field here. But you got guys like Roger Ray up here, 29 points back. All it takes is Peter having one bad race. If he and Alex Peters both have a bad race, Jefferson, Bright, Murray, Kukulon, Ray, they are within 13 points of Alex Peters. So that's the battle right there. But you got a big gap. 22 points separates 7th and 8th in the standings. That's the gap back to Colton Lane, Riley Spurley, to Boston Johnson, all 3 of which who have had bad chase runs. They are going to need to win or bust today to even have a shot. But they also need the front runner in the chase fight to have poor days. But anything can happen here in Michigan. This track races like a super speedway. Draft is key. You have some very high speeds. We'll see how these guys run here for 50 laps at the GMC Sierra 250. We're coming down the front straightaway, and the green flag is in the air. We are racing at Michigan. Already you see some 3-wide moves, and you're going to be seeing that all race long. 3, even 4 wide. You could see 5 wide even at points here, but that's when they start going probably into the wall. Now out in front, Ray's going to pull away. The trouble spot here is turn 2. It's very hard to get a corner exit off properly. As you see, Spurleytube just nicked the wall there coming off. It's very tight to get through that corner and have enough momentum, especially when you're being pitched down 2, maybe even 3 wide. Can't really do much. Kukulon real slow on the bottom. He's in an unsponsored truck this week. He and Goforth both are. But out in front now, Ray and Peters going to launch away. Murray and DeLello holding up the field. Roger Ray will lead lap number 1 at Michigan. Top 2 getting single filed out. It looks like they're going to try to tandem draft away as you got a battle, just a gaggle of trucks back here. And you're going to be seeing this. And really at Michigan, any line works. The inside line could even be the worst line to be on for the majority of the race. The outside line gets such a run off of the corners at 1, 2, and 3, and 4 that you could really make the moves on the outside line. You see DeLello's going after his driver, Alex Peters there, and he's going to have a run coming off of the bottom, but will he be able to carry that down the straightaway? Look at Murray with a big run. He's going to throw it 3 wide. That's for that second spot there. It was for the second spot. Now it's for third as Peters tries to clear. Now Murray going into this. He's on the inside of Alex Peters as Roger Ray continues to lead. Murray tries, not going to happen. Just a little too bad through turn 1 and 2. That's going to get him out there as Luke Evans, and it looked like a Rockstar Energy car bounce off the wall further back. Top 3 now single filed out as Alex Peters is going to try a bit of a lower line. Here he comes with a run on that 84, and you could be a sitting duck being out in front, but Roger Ray has the power, has the pace to hang on. Let's see who leads this lap, and it looks like it will go to Alex Peters that time by in a very close run. Now DeLello's going to push his driver to the front. Now DeLello's going to look to the bottom as Peters clears into the lead. Now Murray, look at Peter Onjak. He just showed up right up the middle in the 44. He's going for a top 5 run now in that 44 truck already. He does not want to lose any time to the drivers in the standings. He wants to sweep the Cup and Truck titles this year, and he is right up there, fighting up in front as now he's moving his way already into the 4th position in that 44 truck. Spurleytube Brown. There's Colton Lane. Colton Lane, Austin Johnson, you see just a bit further back. They really have to drive through. Look at Alex Beniaco already into 14th after starting 23rd. That's the thing about Michigan. You see how close of a pack it is. You can't really break away, but we see it with the new package. You remember last year when we ran the new package in the Crown Royal Truck Series, the higher engine package, they really spread out. The old Michigan was much more pack racing, and you're still going to see that here. They're still together, but they are a bit more of a spread out pack. And even up front, you got some guys being able to pull away if they have the pace. So it is nice to see a much more spread out and much more, it is draft heavy, but you can really mount charges instead of just waiting to see how the pack runs here at Michigan. But that also lets you make moves and get to the front in a hurry as Antoine Smith just got shoved through by Austin Johnson. I don't know if it was the air or contact, but what a save by Antoine Smith. Now Beniaco, Jefferson, and Yepes on that inside train moving their way to the front. Beniaco running very well for this Interstate Batteries 83. And here they come through the corner. Michigan has some good corner angles. You can see really how the runs form. Coming down the front straightaway. Here they go. Jefferson all over the back of Beniaco. Looks like he's going to make a move to the inside. And now you got Larry Hagan in the 12 just trying to hang on up inside this top 10. As we go back up front now, Austin Murray is going to take the lead away. Onjak now on his teammate, Roger Ray. As the top 5 are all chase contenders, and the top 5 right here are all inside the top 7 in points. You're only missing Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright, who are still working their way through the pack. Peter's not going to waste too much time. He goes right back to the bottom. Now Roger Ray, they're going to throw it 3 wide. He's getting aggressive. He knows he has to be aggressive to get points, to win this race, and to get back into the championship hunt. He's never won a National Series race before his only career NSDCA victory coming at New Hampshire in the Red Bull Short Track Showdown. I believe that was the East Division. Now, Ray into second. Kukulon shoving this 20 truck up front. Sauber Racing Team does not have many sponsorships this season. Peters and Ray. Oh my God, they almost ate the inside wall together. But now Kukulon with a run to the outside. Ray and Peters getting aggressive now. Onjak all over Roger. And the top 7 now starting to get under a blanket as Spurleytube joins this. 6 of them being chasers, and Zachary DeLello there. Colton Lane now in the 60 going to join the fight. And Austin Johnson, we are only missing the TSR duo of Jefferson and Bright inside this top group for the chase contenders as they're going to go 4 wide. The contenders going 4 wide. Kukulon's in the wall. He's going to have to get off of it. He's riding it, just trying to get off of it, and they scatter. They scatter. They got out of the 4-wide situation, but Kukulon really got screwed out of that corner there. Now into the outside wall, has a ton of damage to that 20 truck. Up in front, though, they're all single file at the draft train up in front. Now Ray fighting back after Alex Peters, 9 of 50 complete. We're already coming to the 1/5 of the way through this event, and this race is going by very quickly. It's a fast track. You're running very fast lap times, 36 second laps, and you're hitting 202, 203, 206 for 207 for Onjak and DeLello. You're flying around this 2-mile oval at very high speeds, and the fans are loving it in the stands right now. Peter Onjak now looking for another Onjado 1-2 finish. But you see, we said, you know, you can't really lose the draft. Luke Evans is losing the draft. He's been in the wall a couple times. That's really cost him that. But from 1st to 39th, the 19's on pit road. That's Priya McShane. It looks like it might just be scheduled or trying to repair some of that damage, because they must have been, she must have been the one hitting the wall like every time around this track. But you see, we're going to have a flyby right here. This pack is all within a drafting distance of each other. They're not really breaking apart. Maybe back here with the slower trucks, the 63, 632, and especially the 18 of Luke Evans. But right now, this whole field, you could still easily work your way up with the amount of laps left and go from maybe 37th to 1st if you really wanted to. Though the guys in 37th, I don't think, have the equipment underneath them right now to do that. Colton Lane in the 60 trying to clutch a win here for Monster. He and Austin Johnson, a horrible chase. Johnson's wrecked out pretty much every chase, every race except at Darlington, where he was running well, and then the strategy just did not work, and he ran out with 2 to go. So now we see, as there's McShane coming back onto the track, she's going to dodge the race leaders, which is nice at least. Let's just make sure she gets up properly there in the 19. Squeezes Morris a little bit, but will be able to merge into traffic quickly. Eli Bright not having a good day. He's 24th. So unlike team boss Jay Jefferson, Bright is struggling in this 8 truck, struggling for paces. Jefferson now, he's joined this front pack. He's up to 9th. And if this truck gets out in front, you might as well say bye-bye to anyone else winning this race. This 48 truck's the best on the grid. But it's running high speeds. You're running very high speeds. You got to hope the equipment lasts. Peters and Ray have been going at it for this race lead this entire time. Onjak, Lane, Spurleytube, Jefferson, Murray, your top 7 all chase contenders. Johnson's a bit further back, as now Jefferson, he's getting aggressive. He wants to get up to the front. He knows he has to win a race to make a statement in this chase, especially by how it's gone. And right now, he's just inside 7th after starting this race from the 19th position. Eli Braid, again, not as lucky. But you got Austin Johnson up here. He sits in the 9th position. Alex Binyako from 23rd to 11th. Not a chase contender, but I think Darlington finally got the monkey off his back, and now he's ready to go racing and going for wins here in this 83 truck. Larry Hagan, 12th. Antoine Smith, 13th. Anderson Reed, 14th. He's another big track specialist trying to hang on up there. And Sebastian Kukulon, he did have all that issue when they were all in the wall. So right now that 20 team's just trying to hang on there for Kukulon and salvage as much as he can. Is Lane, holy cow, where did Lane come from? He's up to 2nd as Alex Peters dropping back. Now Onjak into 4th, Spurleytube 5th, Murray and Jefferson side by side. Roger Ray right now putting on a dominant performance in this 84 truck. Again, this is championship winning equipment. This is Carson Bauer's race truck and team, and it looks like Ray, you know, this season he's shown he deserves a victory. I'm sorry, you know, there's drivers in this field, you know, it's happy to see him win, but no one has been as deserving of a victory this year as this 84 driver, Roger Ray. Regular season points champion, Mr. Consistency, at least until the chase, and he has been out in front week in and week out. Even at Mosport, before the damage, he was inside the top 5. He blew up inside the top 5. And Ray right now is fighting. Team boss Onjak, now Colton Lane. Look at Ray using that outside line. A big run on the outside. You see how that outside line can work, and he's going to take the lead back. Onjak trying to work under Lane for 2nd. But Roger Ray deserves a victory. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The amount of laps he's led this year, the amount of consistency, the amount of top 10s. He has right now 9 top 10s. You know, so does Peter Onjak. So does Alex Peters. They have 9 top 10s as well. But Onjak doesn't even have wins. He's just, you know, he's good. Onjak's good. He has enough. He's shown that he's proven it. But Roger Ray just has not. He's proven he has the speed. He's proven he has potential, but he just cannot capitalize. There's Luke Evans coming off pit road. So he was at the back of this. He might have waited a little bit. Ray's now in second as Lane takes the lead. Here comes Jefferson and Spurley-Tube. Peter's now back there. Alex Benyako's up here. So it looks like the fast trucks are definitely able to work their way through this field and get up to the front. Is Colton Lane now out in front in that 60 Vornado truck. Let's see if Ray can mount the charge off the corner. Jefferson's going to have to fight the Angiato guys. Even as they run, you know, Onjak, if he continues running up here, if Onjak and Alex Peters both continue running up here, Jay Jefferson could win this race and still not gain too much in the battle for the championship. He needs to finish ahead of Onjak and Peters to gain anything. Of course, that's how points work. But, you know, them finishing third or fourth is not what these fans, these drivers, I should say, need. The fans, of course, the Chicago's loving this. Chicago's been loving the last 6 weeks. You know, Angiato's been unstoppable. Onjak's been unstoppable, coming off of 3 wins in the last 4 races for his own driver. And, you know, 5 wins in a row for his team in Cup Series. But we're seeing if this driver, Roger Ray, could take home the victory. There's Evans in front of him, so it might be between Ray and Lane. Now Ray, you see, look at that outside line, the power. Peter Onjak with a giant run. He's going to clear Ray. Johnson's looking to the inside as now the 18's going on the outside. Onjak's going to come down, throws the block on Roger. And Evans up top, it looks like we'll see he is 1 lap down. Going to be 2 because he just got lapped here, so he did come down and pit. I'm not sure if that was to repair the issue or not, but he was losing the draft anyway in that 18 truck. It's a chase grid up in front. We've had 20 laps of green flag action here in Michigan. We're going to go ahead, take a quick commercial break, bring guys back to the action, most likely for pit stops in a few laps here at Michigan. The GMC Sierra 250 will come back right after this. Back live here in Michigan, the GMC Sierra 250. Alex Peters and Brandon Morris, the first 2 coming down from this lead group. So it looks like pit stops, 22 of 50. You got a couple more coming in. That's Nicky Morris there. So if it's 22 laps of that, you could see another bit of fuel strategy. We've seen it a lot in the trucks and, oh, Evans, trucks and Cup, you know. These race lengths just divide it up enough that it'd be a strategy race. However, if you only get to 22, you're only getting to 44. So there's still a lot of time after that to come in and pit. So Colton Lane staying out. And Benyako stay out, but Ray, Jefferson, Onjak, Johnson, Spurley-Tube, Murray, Downey, and Zachary DeLello almost came in and destroyed the 35. There's a spin. It's Stephen Wallace Jr. They're piling up coming onto pit road. Eli Bright's in it. He goes for a spin. Does that bring out the caution is out. Caution is out, so we'll see. Either this traps everyone a lap down that just pit, or they benefit from it. But this might just trap everyone a lap down with how that caution came out. The whole pack, that was like 30 cars coming down pit road at once there. Okay, Lane might not have trapped everyone a lap down, but there might be some drivers trapped a lap down here. And I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but that could be Colton Lane's chance at championship. Alex Peters is trapped a lap down. He's definitely is because he came in before, so he's out. He's out of this one. And, yeah, that's a lot of trucks trapped down. The 94, Patrick Smith, an ignition failure on the 94. Didn't even see that. Kev Shearer is also out of this race. That might have been from the damage. The 18, of course, is trapped a lap down. Benyako's up here. McShane's not going to luck out again. Go forth, yo. Ray is 5th, and Ray is on the lead lap. Jefferson's there, so Irving Allison, he might be trapped a lap down. And that's disappointing to see in the middle of a pit cycle that everyone's going to be a lap down. Now, these guys are coming in on 24, 25. Jefferson's coming back, so they're not just coming in. They're coming back in to top off. They're coming back in to top off on fuel. So that's going to be the game we play there. Peters is coming back in. He's trapped a lap down. This is the only chance he's got. So we got drivers staying out, and we got some coming in. And, oh my gosh, the top 8 are the only ones on the lead lap. Because Colton Lane passed the start-finish line before they spun onto pit road. They were able to race back around, and with everyone being on pit road, they were trapped a lap down. They might not be entirely a lap down. It might actually be these guys are on the tail end. That might be what we're seeing here, another Chicagoland situation, that these guys are on the tail end of the lead lap. And these guys are leading, so they just got to hope they don't crash. If so, that puts 4 cars in contention for this race win. Colton Lane, Alex Bignacco, Cody Goforth, and Colton Yo. Jay Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson's probably going to be the last one on the lead lap then. So we'll see. Not enough speculation. We got to wait till this actually comes out. Everyone comes around. We'll see what this shows. But this could be another Chicagoland situation here in the chase for the Crown Royal Truck Series Championship. First incident of the day, they're getting onto pit road. Eli Bright, you know, he's just in the middle of this. It looks like Stephen Wallace Jr. is the one. There's a spin back there as well, but it looks like SWJ and Shearer were the ones that kicked that off. But actually, Joseph Strigley's going to turn John Dilks coming around here. That must have been what brought out the caution. So, yeah, we're under the yellow for the first time today here in Michigan. Getting ready to go back racing. Eric Monaco now coming down to top off on fuel, but they are from 12th. However, that could be the only driver making it to the end. Colton Lane is your race leader. Bignacco's second. Goforth third. Colton Yo is fourth. Everyone else is at the tail end of the lead lap, so that's Ray 5th, Onjack 6th, Spurley Tube 7th, Irving Allison 8th, Reed 9th, and Antoine Smith 10th. Then Hagan, Kobza, Aiden Smith, Cordell Smith, Alex Fletcher, Joseph Strigley, Jeffrey Finguy, Brandon Morris, Zachary DeLello's a lap down. So is John... No. DeLello is 20th, yeah, because Monaco was down there. So John Dilks, Matthew Brown, Logan Bradley, Diego Yepes, and Jay Jefferson. Jefferson, the last car on the lead lap, he's 24th. So he has to hang on over Lane, so Lane's not going to have an easy time getting around the 48. Austin Johnson is trapped 1 lap down. Rainey is also trapped a lap down. Alex Peters, Gatlin Downey, Maxwell Fay, Eli Bright, Austin Murray, Kukalon, Turner, Stephen Wallace Jr., and now Monaco all trapped a lap down. Nicky Morris would be 2 down, but he's on the tail end of that, so he's just 1 lap down. So Monaco willingly going a lap down to get that fuel. Maybe he's thinking it goes green the rest of the way. But you got 3 chase contenders that just got screwed over. 4 chase contenders that just got screwed over. You got one that could be 5 chase contenders screwed over. You got Jay Jefferson, who could be screwed over. Colton Lane, who could honestly be crashed out because he's behind all the cars that aren't going to let him by. Except maybe these 3 right there. But, Roger Ray's leading us down technically. Nicky Morris not on the lead lap, but Ray's leading us down at the tail end. Colton Lane is leading us for sure. So these guys up front have enough room. Ray and Onjack, even a top 10 would be good enough for Ray. With Peters being now trapped way back there and Peter Onjack struggling. So Onjack's closest competition now in the points is Roger Ray, because Kukalon, Bright, Murray, and Peters all trapped a lap down. Jay's at the back, so Ray, 29 points back, is the closest to Onjack in the running order currently. Green flag's back in the air. We're going to watch Ray on this restart, but we'll go see the battle for the race lead as we go. Green flag's back in the air as they're going to try to work their way around Nicky Morris as this goes back green. Stephen Wallace Jr. slow. He's got that damage. Alex Peters might even be slow there. It looks like now Jefferson forced up. He tried to make a move. Not going to happen. That's going to put Lane to his inside, and that's going to give Lane the spot. But these guys have to fight through a ton of traffic. Caution's out. Immediately, the caution is out. So now Jefferson's got to try to hang on. He's stuck behind the 18 truck, though. All these guys in front are going to stay out. Jefferson moves Luke Evans out of the way. Lane and Bignacco making contact. Jefferson's going to be trapped a lap down. That's going to be his championship over. And Colton Lane is going to lead them back. But John Dilks, the top 23, are back on the lead lap. And it's Maxwell Fay that goes around in the 0-1. And that's going to put Ray right back into this with a chance at racing to victory. As these guys are going to blow right past the pace truck. That is Oh my gosh, they're going insane right here. Jeez. And contact. Colton Yeo gets spun around at the back because they're all slowing up. Benyacco's getting beat by someone. Lane's trying to lap the rest of the field. But everyone's trying to get it back around the pace truck. Jay Jefferson fuming on the radio at Silver Wolf for not getting the expletive out of his way. And now Colton Lane looks like he's coming down pit road. They're topping off on fuel. Benyacco might try to stay and play this. Here comes the rest of the field. They're forming back up into an orderly queue. I don't know why they're so slow back here. Just organize into line, for the love of God. Colton Lane is coming in. So Lane is coming in. Goforth is coming in. They're going to top off on fuel. Jefferson already did. Jefferson topped off already. Benyacco stays out. Yo is coming in, but he might also have to repair some damage. Now do these guys come in? And they do. So, this is going to throw the fuel strategy out of the window. You can make it on this final stop here. The only thing is now Alex Benyacco needs to try to make it, as he stays out. But everyone else pretty much comes in. There's Alex Peters on pit road. Taking a long time. I think they're trying to repair some damage now. So that's going to leave Benyacco out in front, with everyone else, and I mean everyone else that's on the lead lap, came in and pit, except Alex Benyacco. The only thing is, if none of these guys pit, he has about 15 trucks between him and the rest of the pack. Jay Jefferson was screwed. He's going to make a move on Benyacco early to try to get his lap back. He's 24th. Jefferson, Murray, Johnson, Bright, Kukulon, Peters screwed over in this race. You can't say more than that. Peters is on pit road. We'll check and see if he has an issue, but he's on pit road. Alex Benyacco is going to try to make it to the end of this race by saving. Everyone else is good to go. We'll see what will happen here in the final 20 laps of the GMC Sierra 350. Heartbreaking for Alex Peters. A tire going down into turn 1. He can't turn off of it. Rides into the wall and hits the end of the safer barrier. A big hit to Alex Peters, and that's going to destroy his day. Thankfully, though, passenger side hit, not a very hard hit from Faye. Heavy damage knocks the 45 out of this one. We'll be going back racing with just about 18 to go. Alex Benyacco playing the strategy, staying out. A whole heap of lap... Jay Jefferson in the 48 came down at pit. So he was topping off. It looks like he does not think he can come back around, make it to the end. So that will be the end of Jefferson's chances there for anything. So TSR's chase has exploded. 7 wins in the first 14 races, and now it's going downhill. But Alex Benyacco is your race leader. Colton Lane now sits second, then Goforth, Colton Yeo, Irving Allison, Roger Ray, Riley Spurley, Anderson Reed, Daniel Kobza, Cordell Smith, your top 10. Antoine, Peter, Hagan, Aiden Smith, Fletcher, DeLello, Morris, Strigley, Finguy, Brown, Yepes, Bradley, Dilks are all on the lead lap. Those are your drivers fighting for the win. But Benyacco has a large gap between them, but filled with chase contender Austin Johnson, Gatlin Downey looking for a win, Eli Bright a chase contender, Luke Rainey a strong TRD driver, Austin Murray looking for redemption, Eric Monaco who's been fast, Stephen Wallace Jr. damaged, Jesse Turner I believe damaged. So Lane now has to try to work his way past Benyacco. This could be a good day for Colton Lane. Alex Peters is out. If Onjack blows up and even Jefferson has a bad day, Roger Ray and Colton Lane and Riley Spurley, they could come out with some great comebacks into the chase hunt here today. It just needs that 44 to have an issue, and they are golden. But Alex Benyacco is your race leader. We'll see what will happen in the final 18 laps here at Michigan. Can we see Alex Benyacco come out with the victory? What will happen here? Coming down the front straightaway, back into the green flag zone. We're racing once again at Michigan. And the lappers are slow. Turner and Stephen Wallace Jr. so slow. Now Ray might be held up by him. Ray had a poor restart. Does he have an issue in the 84? He looks very slow in the 84 truck. He has damage. It looks like he has damage. Now they're all trying to work their way past lap trucks. One car bounces off the wall. That's Spurley 2. Bright trying to get back into this. Now there's Lane in second. Yo, third. Go fourth in fourth. Roger Ray, he's held up by Turner. He might be slow. That truck does not look like it's running up to spec, and he has some damage to the side of that truck. We'll see if he can rebound, though. There is Onjak. Onjak all the way back up inside the top 10 already. Now the lappers are going crazy up in front. Benyako pulling away from him, though. These guys better let Lane and Go Forth and everyone else on through because they are going to have a hungry chase contenders. Look at Spurley Tube. If Ray's not going to run up here, Spurley Tube definitely is. He's all over the back of Cobbs down the back straightaway, trying to push him. He wants a good finish to gain some points. Here he goes, right to the bottom of Cobbs. Cobbs is throwing the block. Spurley Tube not too happy with him. Maybe he'll employ a Jay Jefferson tactic, but he's all over the back of him. Cordell Smith, give him a shout out. He's 9th for his own team, but here comes Onjak in that 44 charging back to the front. There's Jefferson. Those fresh tires. He's driving through. He's going to have a long time to get up there and try to, get his lap back. But he's going to try nonetheless, or at least try to get some lap traffic positions back as they go. Finn guy bounces off the wall further back. Single file. They're not under caution. They're just running single file. That's kind of nice. Nice to see. His Downey's really going to slide up. Now Bright, Johnson, Murray are catching Benyako. They want the spot away from this 83, and Bright's going to use the outside line with a help from the 77 of Johnson to do it. Can he get there? He's all over the back of Benyako. Really close. Can you even fit a piece of paper between those two as they come down the front straightaway? Now Bright is going to work the outside on Benyako. He wants his lap back, and he'll get it. He takes it away from the 83 truck. And there's Lane. You can't forget, they also took fresher tires, but Yako's been on these tires for a bit. He's just trying to hang on and trying to win this race. He has the pace, but he's going to throw the strategy into play. Bright is clear. He's trying to take that spot back, hope for a caution, and get back into the fight. But he goes too wide. Benyako with a run off the corner is going to get him right back. Now Murray in the 91, Johnson in the 77 trying to get there as well. Irving Allison in the mix. There is the 44 Onjak. There's Spurley Tube. Jefferson is tearing through the field. If he was on the lead lap, this would be a run. He'd be having his Hagen is gonna squeeze the 28. That's what the word I was looking for. Squeezes the 28 through that middle section there. But Bright is not giving up. He's not going to let Benyako walk off into the night with this race win. He's not even fighting for the race win, but he does not want to finish a lap down when there could be points left on the table here. Rainey way up the track. Lane is there in second. He's closing. Cody Goforth. What would it be if an unsponsored truck went to victory lane for North Border Motorsports in this 27 team? Man, that would be insane to see. But we're right now, he's in third. Colton Yo could still win this. He's in fourth. Peter Onjak, don't count him out. He could go and just start winning everything now in that 44 truck. Further back, the pack's starting to form up, kind of being held up by the rest of this field. They're 3 wide there. Monaco a lap truck there. Benyako's out in front. Can he go from no wins, from a down year to 2 in a row for SBR? He just needed the pressure off of him. He's going cup racing next year. He's got the win at Darlington. He does not need to prove much else here this season to show that he's worthy of a cup ride, and now he's trying to go 2 in a row. Coming off the corner there. Lane cannot get by him. Lane does not have the pace to get up there. But if he wins this race, that could be a big statement in the chase and possibly get him back maybe into contention. Could he go for third? Cobb's a fourth with a field day here. Peter Onjak, it's just his 44 truck that's weighing down the chase right now. Alex Peters, second in points, currently 37th out of this one. Third in points, Jay Jefferson, 30th currently, 1 lap down. Eli Bright, 24th, 1 lap down. Austin Murray. Murray is 26th, 1 lap down. Kukalon, 31st, 1 lap down. Onjak is the only one in the top 6 on the lead lap. And 7th Roger Ray is slow. His truck is falling off because I think he has some damage. I don't know where it came from, but he's 22nd. And that's just the way this season's gone. He leads early and it just falters away at the end. Colton Lane, Riley Spurley Tube are running where they need to be inside the top 10. But Onjak also running inside the top 10 is perfect defense. Benyako, 9 laps away next time by from his second win on the season. However, He still needs to make sure that the fuel lasts. Running out in front at full song while everyone else is drafting is not good to save fuel. Bright gets to the bottom. He's going to take that away. Murray, Downey trying to get their laps back. Now Goforth up the middle. He's into second, looking for his first career win. He has not won a National Series competition race. He and Roger Ray, two of the most hyped drivers coming into this season, looking for those first wins. Yet they have not. Irving Allison third, Colton Lane fourth. Onjack looking for fifth. He has teammate Anderson Reed behind him. Now Austin Murray wants his lap back. Yepes bounces off the wall. Now Murray trying to get a shot on Benyako. He's going to go for that lap back. As Bright's trying to hang on in that 8 truck. He's trying to pull away, but when you're out in front without the draft, it's big. Remember, we say it every time we come to the end of these races. The Crown Royal Truck Series does not have green-white checkers. That means you are ending at lap 50, whether it's under green or under caution. You don't have to worry about saving fuel for longer. Benyako's out in front, but now teammate Irving Allison, who was racing him hard at Darlington for a lap down position, is up to second. Can SBR? Is this what SBR needed to fight back into the hunt? Brady Burkhart trying to win the Cup title, and now Benyako looking for 2 in a row. Irving Allison looking to put himself in his second win on the season, third of his career. Goforth and Lane, the GMC's looking to win the GMC Sierra 250, and it looks like Toyota, not headquartered out of Detroit, they are about to stomp the Dodge, Ford, and Chevy, or GM manufacturers there, here at Michigan. Irving Allison up the middle. He's going to clear Murray. Trying to clear Lane, or Rainey. Now Lane in the 60, pushing him as Rainey bounces off the wall, makes contact. So does Reed and Monaco. Jefferson's trying to pick up as many spots as he can here late, but it's going to be probably too little too late. Bright's going to use the outside. Turner's slow. Well, he's multiple laps down. Look at Murray with the run in that 91. They're trying to get their laps back, but Benyako sailing away. 6 to go. Does he have enough to make it? Just like Darlington, Benyako out in front at the end. No one could catch him, and it came down. Did he have enough fuel? You saw Johnson pit in the Darlington race. The fuel window here was 24 laps, it looked like. Some drivers coming in on 22, some coming in 24, and even further. Some were trying to stretch it to 25. Benyako pit with 26 laps to go. We've had the cautions, but he's out in front at full song. He's at full song. Does he have enough? Is he saving enough? Did he save enough to make it to the end? Jefferson in that 48. Looks like the most he's going to pick up is 24th if he can get by Eli Bright, which would have been just about where he was if he didn't have the fresher tires. Now Irving Allison, he's trying. If he can clear these guys, and he's not, he's held up by the 77. Johnson might be playing to get Lane into victory lane, but that doesn't help if you can't get past them all. Jesse Turner in the 47 is up here. He's waiting. Onjack is 4th. They're moving up. Someone's pitting. Is someone pitting? No, they're just using that outside line. Weird. Goforth now starting to drop back. Lane bounces off the wall. There's Anderson Reed in this. He's up inside the top 10 in the closing laps. But now Onjack is looking for second. If Onjack wins this race, the championship's over. I'm sorry to say, but you're done. Especially when the nearest competition to him is Colton Lane, 51 points back. Jesse Turner real slow in that 47, but he's maintaining race speed. 188, they're hitting 206. Benyako, he's pitting. The 83's pitting. He's out of fuel. Bright's coming in. It's a mass migration to the front pack that did not pit, and it's Irving Allison now, your new race leader in the 82 truck. Jefferson and Bright now you're on the lead, or no, Jefferson and Murray on the lead lap. Jefferson re-pit. If these guys start running out of fuel, if the guys that pit early start running out of fuel, that could be big. Now Onjack held up by Turner. That's going to bring Goforth to second. And Anderson Reed to third. Look at Daniel Cobbs that's shooting it 4 wide. Antron Smith on the bottom. And now Onjack not being able to get by his driver, Jesse Turner. Goforth has never won in the Truck Series or the Cup or the Mountain Dew Custom Series, just in the DPD or in the RBSTS. He's in second now. Reed in third. Murray has pit. The drivers are pitting at the end. Goforth's in the wall. That's Reed to second. Does Irving Allison have enough? Who has enough to make it to the end? Daniel Cobbs working his way up into third. Johnson's definitely out of the championship hunt. Benyako, you can't be disappointed. I don't think he was too... I don't think he thought he was making it to the end. Now, it's Irving Allison for SBR. They're looking to start their own on-auto streak. They're looking to come back. They have not won much this season. They have not done much this season. And on the white flag, they come around Allison up in front. Onjak has fallen to 8th. It's not major, especially because Lane's not too far ahead. But white flag is out for the 82 of Irving Allison. That's Austin Murray coming back out. The championship might just be over, with Peter Onjak coming out of here with the top 10, with his championship rivals, his closest ones, having horrible days, and coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. He was nowhere this whole race until the end. Irving Allison is going to come out of 4. He's going to be the race winner of the GMC Sierra 250. Reed second, Cobbs a third, and a photo finish. Caution is out. Someone ended up crashing. Cordell Smith didn't make it to the end. Austin Johnson goes around. That's another crash of his. Cody Goforth comes home 4th. Colton Lane 5th. Larry Hagan 7th. Onjak 8th. Spurley Tube 10th. He even loses time. Benyako comes home 23rd. Cordell Smith 20th. Alex Fletcher rebounds for 15th. Strigley 16th. Finn Guy 17th. Ray 18th. And Jay Jefferson comes home 20th. Actually, he takes Cordell Smith's spot. So a top 20 for Jay is not what he wanted at all, just being 20th. But it is better than what he was looking at after he got trapped a lap down. But Irving Allison comes home the victor. That was definitely a race. Very chaotic, and a caution, an untimely caution getting onto pit road ends it there for many drivers, traps many a lap down. Definitely a crazy race. Benyako runs out at the end for Irving Allison to steal the victory, but SBR, 2 wins in a row in the trucks. They are on a tear. We go to Talladega next, and we know the history there. A lot of drivers looking to win there. A great Talladega event. But we're going to go ahead and sign off from Michigan. The Cup race comes up soon. Talladega, triple header next week with all 3 National Series. Then it's Iowa. Then a lone week at Charlotte for the Cup. And Kansas rounds out our season. Peter Onjak has pretty much can cruise to a championship now. We'll see if anyone can come back in the next 3 races. Thank you guys so much for watching the Crown Royal Truck Series. Congratulations to Irving Allison. We'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.